Sage Wonder coming at you from my van down by the river. So, everyone thinks we're polarized. We're the left and the right. The Nazis and the Antifa. I gotta say, I think we're more fragmented than that. And not accidentally, intentionally. I think they fragment us and get us to fight over details, while they systematically dismantle our country. Who is the they? The they is the secret third party. To me, they look like communists. To people on the left, like Jimmy Dore, D-O-R-E, great YouTuber, check him out, he's funny, he's a comedian. He is on the left, he is for single-payer health care, but he never bought Obama's baloney. He was saying Obama was selling us down the river the entire time that Obama was president. That the thing that me and Jimmy Dore have in common is that we both have a problem with the establishment, the man, the powers that be. Patriots would call them the Illuminati. They would call them the globalists. To people on the left who are patriots, you think they can't be patriots because they're on the left? Baloney. They love our country. They're just as upset with this frame-up job and this deep state move against Trump that is being funded by major corporations who have their fingers in every nation around the globe. The left may not call them globalists. They call them the military-industrial complex. But let me tell you, it's just another face of the same monster that we fight, that we call the Illuminati. The people who have all the money and therefore have all of the monetary, financial control over all of the rest of us. They are the ones that keep us all enslaved. Now, they sell you a communist ideology. Let us take care of you. Yeah, Facebook. You know, you can be my new living room. I'll just hang out with all of my friends on your platform. You can take care of us. Google. Why should I open a book when I can just ask the Google gods to give me the truth? Just because Google says it doesn't mean it's true. And just because you watched a YouTube video doesn't make you a freaking expert. And just because you sang karaoke doesn't mean you're a real musician and can play in my band. This is the reality of the world. The internet has not really made anything better. You know, I think that one of the things that if God returns, Jesus, or if the aliens descend, or some supernatural power comes to judge us, or if some alien race comes down to interact with us from a higher level, they're going to look at us and go, wow, you invented this device called the internet, and you gave every person on the planet access to it. And what did you fools use it for? Masturbation. You used it for entertainment. You used it to fight with each other. You used it for social reasons instead of using it to spread knowledge and truth. In fact, the internet is a land of confusion. But yet millennials think they can just log on and get instant truth. I'm sorry, millennials, you want the truth? Talk to somebody with this stuff. This gray hair here, it came with a price. For eons down through history, these are the people that possess these are the ones that told the young people how things are, how things were, and how things ought to be. But now it's Daddy Google. You see, Google, Boeing, Procter & Gamble, Pfizer, these are your slave masters, and we are the slaves. And I think people on the left and people on the right agree on that, even if we use different language to express it. Now, people on the left want to use government to control the corporations. And you, but they want to use the government to shape the world. The people on the right want to give you the option to use your pocketbook and your common sense to shape the world, that your own effort should shape the world. So one wants to limit corporations, the other one wants to empower the individual. So honestly, if you ask me, people like Jimmy Dore, now I'm not talking about the communists who are the face of the global oligarchs, the leaders of the military-industrial complex, the Illuminati, the powers that be, the masters of money, the manipulators in the world, the people with the real power, that they're the problem, and we're being played. And by dividing us on silly things and things that making things matter more than the reality that we face. Are you following me? The people on the left, like Jimmy Dore, are patriots just like us, that we want the same things, we just disagree on how to get there. We both want to help the poor. It's just that Jimmy Dore thinks the government ought to help the poor and take the money away from these foreign wars and foreign manipulation that the military-industrial complex is doing and use that money to help the poor. Where conservatives, patriots, we want to empower the churches and the people to take care of the poor. And we even, some of us, and I believe this, say that when you have, halfway measures to take care of the poor, then it alleviates the guilt of the people around, so we don't feel like we have to take care of them. Oh, there's a government program, even though the government program is horribly inadequate, filled with corruption and draining our economy. That we're having to pay big-time taxes to cover these programs where most of the money goes into the pocket of some crooked politician or appointee. The system is corrupted, and it's being corrupted intentionally by the people who worship money. What do patriots and true liberals have in common? Well, we're both patriots. We both love our country. We disagree on how it should go, but we have the same common enemy. It's the enemy that forces us to give up our livelihoods, our freedoms, our time and energy, so that they can get richer, stronger, fatter, and bigger. And I think really it's just the language we disagree on for the most part. I know conservatives are against healthcare, government healthcare. But aren't you conservatives also against big pharmaceutical companies? People who take medicines that cost 5 cents to make and sell it for $50 a pill to people who that's their only lifeline, that's their only comfort, that's their only hope, that pill. And you're going to profit on it 10,000 times, 1,000 times over what it costs to make. Oh, we have to pay for our research. I've heard the baloney. I've heard it. Tell the truth. You're greedy. What do true patriots, country folk, common people have in common with true liberals? We're both poor. And it's the fault of the government and the corporations working in concert to enslave us all. Maybe that big picture needs to spread around. Check out Jimmy Dore. I think 2/3 of the time you'll agree with him. If you can get over some of the language being the terms, and look at what he really means. And I'm endorsing him, even though he is definitely left-wing. And he is definitely for single-payer health care. And he's definitely anti-war. But at the same time, I don't see him as anti-soldier. Just anti-industrial, military-industrial complex, which honestly is the same thing as the Illuminati. It's just another name for the same thing. We all have one thing in common. We're all Americans, and I do believe we love our country. And I think that bond, when witnessed, when viewed, when discovered, when analyzed, when we understand that populists on the left and patriot populists on the right are fighting for the same thing against the same enemy, we just disagree on how to do it. God save the Republic.